Welcome to the Spotlight Series. I'm your host, Scott and Ernie. We are live at the Queeson Inn. It's a Tuesday night, like usual. And one of the things that we love talking to is artists and movie producers, directors, actors, writers. And when we're doing that, one of the things you can help us the most is subscribing, forwarding, clicking, liking. Send this video out because some of the people that we talk to are return guests. Welcome back to the Spotlight Series, Connor Morley.
Great to be here.
Hello, hello.
How are you?
So give people who might not know you, and there's only a couple left, but tell people a little background of yourself.
Gladly. My name is Connor Morley. I am a local filmmaker here in Rhode Island, and I'm a guy who loves to make movies. I am so thrilled to be here on the Rhode Island Wave to discuss about my work with you. So let's start by saying this. I was born in Providence, Rhode Island on January 1st, 1996. And ever since I was a little boy, 4 years old, watching Jaws on TV, I grew a huge love for cinema.
It's okay. It's my wife's favorite movie.
Exactly. It's one of my favorites, too.
See? So take that growth into how do you get from there as a fan to now as a leading industry person?
Well, how did I start with that, you might ask? Gladly. So it all started like this. I grew a love for cinema ever since I was like a little kid, and as time grew on and I got older, I wanted to make films. I wanted to make my own films, and at 10 years old, I started writing my own little scripts for Friday the 13th and Halloween sequels that thankfully never got made. But you know, it just gave me the urge to keep writing and make my own kind of stuff. And then when I was like in my teenage years, I discovered like more of the works of Quentin Tarantino, like Pulp Fiction or Kill Bill, or Martin Scorsese, like Taxi Driver, and my favorite movie of all time, Goodfellas. And that's when I solidified my journey into saying, I gotta be a filmmaker. I gotta make this kind of stuff. I gotta make it happen. But because I didn't think there were any big connections going around in Rhode Island where I can make something, I feel like I had to like study film to make my way there. And thankfully I went to one of the greatest schools in Rhode Island College. They have an amazing film program that helped me learn a bit more about filmmaking and what I can do as my own filmmaker.
So tell us your favorite area of expertise where you're most at home and you wake up in the morning thinking, oh, if I can, and which would it be? I want to produce, I want to direct, I want to write, I want to act. What really drives?
I want to do all of them, to be honest with you, because I also have a fair share of acting experiences myself. When I was like 19 years old at Rhode Island College, they were producing The Purge 3 over there. And I signed up to be a background extra, and I got it, and I got in. It's like we did like this whole Senate hearing on this whole, not Senate hearing, what am I thinking? It was a whole political debate between two senators, and they're running for office. And they were debating on whether they should continue with the purge or make it illegal for good. And I was like right in the background in a large audience. You might not see me, but I look at that scene. I'm like, I was in that movie. I was there.
Nice.
Yeah.
So your Hollywood debut?
Pretty much, yeah.
Good, good. So tell us a little bit about some of the projects that you've been working with. One of them is Mrs. Holloway.
Ah, yes, Mrs. Holloway. That is one of the short films I made that I am the most proud of. It is a dark comedy horror movie about an elderly widow trying to win the 7th annual neighborhood pie baking contest. And the only way for her to do that is to kill her opponent.
It sounds like something right out of the news today.
No kidding, right? There's a lot of chaos going around right now.
And tell us about The Scene.
The Scene. That's another film that I am most proud of making. It's one of my best works. And surprisingly, The Scene was made for the Providence 48-hour film project last year. And it's about a an amateur filmmaker who's trying to get this scene wrapped up, only for his lead actor to continue flubbing his lines. And that just causes more chaos for everyone on set. It went on to win Best Picture, 3rd place at the Providence 48-Hour Film Festival, and a director's cut of this movie will be heading off to the festival market.
Nice. So if you don't mind, let's take a look at a part of the scene.
Gladly.
All right.
Let's do it.
Come in.
Dr. Vanderbus?
Yes. Can I help you?
Thanks God, you're open. I need you to check in something.
Okay. Oh! What exactly are you showing me?
My rash, sir.
You brought your own hospital gown?
I gotta come ready.
Okay, first of all, I'm a zoologist, so unless you have a zebra's ass, then I'm gonna ask you to please put on your pants.
Cut! Ed, you're not a zoologist. You're a marine life scientist. Can you please say your line correctly? All
Okay.
right. And Vlad, what was with that line delivery?
That was Meisner approach.
Well, find another approach.
Look at method actor over there.
All right, everyone, let's try this again, please.
Take 2.
Okay, first of all, I'm an orthodontist.
No,
unless...
No, Ed. A marine life scientist.
I'm a paleontologist.
Cut! Look, Ed, you are a marine life scientist. A marine life scientist. Get the picture?
Who's Marine?
Take 5, everyone. Mike, go get me an ice cream, please. I'm gonna grab a Coke. You want one?
All set, thanks.
That was good. Yeah, very nice.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, we had such a blast filming this. Like, Sam, Vlad, Julia, Alicia, like, everybody, Mike, David, Margie, everybody did such a great job on set. Both the cast and the crew. Like, I loved working with these guys. I hope to work with them again soon. Like, it's something that I am very proud of making.
Very nice.
And we also got to give a shout out to the Providence 48-Hour Film Project organizer or producer, Mel Rainsberger. She has, last year, she gave us the best 48-hour film event that I've ever attended. And I think we got to give her a big thank you. Thank
All
you,
right.
Mel.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And you told me in the green room you wanted to promote a movie that you're not directly tied to, but a big fan.
Exactly. I wouldn't say promoting like officially because, you know, I have no involvement making this series, nor do I own the rights to that series, but it is a sci-fi animated series that has really inspired me to keep going as a filmmaker. And I feel like I owe it to the people who made this show. It's called Pantheon. And Pantheon centers on the concept of the next phase of artificial intelligence, which is uploaded intelligence. What is uploaded intelligence, you might ask? Uploaded intelligence is basically the scanning of the human mind, scanned straight into the internet cloud. And with this current age of AI nowadays, it is a very scary concept to think about, but also painfully relevant. And I feel like a show like that deserved so much attention than it got. Sadly, it was scrapped away by AMC Studios for a tax write-off right after Season 2 completed production. But thankfully, Amazon Prime Video, Australia and New Zealand, picked it up and streamed it on their Australian and New Zealand platform. I am hoping that one day that Pantheon can be officially released worldwide, including here in the United States. This is a show, like I said, has inspired me to write and direct more films. And even if I write a story that isn't technically inspired by Pantheon, I would still use that show as motivation to write and direct more films.
Great. So people like to know a little bit inside about our guests. So What are two of your favorite movies?
My two favorite movies of all time. Well, I did say Jaws earlier, and I did say Goodfellas. And most recently, my favorite films of all time, my favorite recent films of all time, I should say, are Christopher Nolan's Oscar-winning picture, Oppenheimer. I think that movie is a masterpiece. And very recently, Denis Villeneuve's Dune Part 2.
Okay.
Like, if you've seen that movie, it is an epic and very artistically driven picture that, to me, already deserves a Best Picture nomination, and we're only a quarter way through the year.
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
And favorite movie line?
Oh, my favorite movie line? Oh, that's a good one. Now go home and get your fucking shine box from Goodfellas.
Very nice, yes. And what are your future projects?
Oh, my future projects? Oh, I have a lot to tell you.
Give us a couple.
So I am producing a comedy short film directed by another Rhode Island native, Rob Levinson. And it is a Jewish comedy about a young Hasidic man who is trying to find love, and his love interests and life just pretty much goes through a big spiral. It is hilarious. I'm also going to be acting in it. I have a very small role in it, and it's called Thursday's Special. I almost floored my lines. I'm very sorry about that. I'm just like the actor from The Scene, who is played by, well, speaking of, let's go back to The Scene, because I have something very surprising to talk about. So The Scene stars not only me, but also my buddy Samson Zillick, who happens to be in the Oscar-winning movie American Fiction. He has a very brief appearance, but he's like front and center, and you get to see him. And I am so proud of my buddy Sam for like making such great success with his career in acting and background work. Like, Sam, buddy, you're the best. Don't give up.
Great. So how can people get more information about you, what you're working on, keep tabs about what's happening?
Yes, so you can find me on like Instagram at Connor J. Morley. You can find me on Facebook at simply Connor Morley. And you can find me on YouTube as Alternative Pictures.
That's the name of the company?
Yes, it is. Well,
Great.
not technically a company, not official yet, but that is my next goal, make Alternative Pictures a legitimate production company.
Great. Well, it's always exciting to hear what you're working on. I know the train never stops at your area. It's always go, 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 and that's what we love about you.
Aw,
I
thanks.
really appreciate it. Thanks for coming on the Spotlight Series.
Pleasure to be here.
Thank you.